Your head coach is Kevin De Castro. Here now is the starting lineup of your UST Growling Tiger Cubs. At center, number 11, 𝔍𝔞𝔪𝔢𝔰. And guard number 18, JB Lim. At forward, number 19, David Dungo. The other guard, number 28, Lance Ronquillo. In the other forward, number 34, Sam Reyes. Their head coach is Manu Inigo. Officiating this ballgame, our crew chief, Oliver Angeles. Umpire 1, John Dave Jaramillo. In umpire 2, Hernan Alejo.
We'll take a look at our starters for the NUNS Bullpups. Baraka, Pilado, UC Nepasena, led by their star big man in 𝔐𝔞𝔪𝔢𝔰. And as for the UST Tiger Cubs, JB Lim, David Dungo, Lance Ronquillo, Sam Reyes. They too have a star big man in 𝔐𝔞𝔪�𝔰. Our referees for today's game, Oliver Angeles, Dave Jaramillo, and Hernan Alejo. As we welcome you to the Phil Oil Eco Oil Center. I'm Escalon once again with Coach Juanito Gregorio. Coach, what does UST need to do to pull off a big upset here against one of the most dominating teams in the UAAP?
Number one, they have to be able to find a way in closing down on 𝔐𝔞𝔪�𝔰 on the inside. They are starting with Koji, the much more talented big man here. So they'll be able to find a way in closing down on 𝔐𝔞𝔪𝔢𝔰, eventually closing out on the shooters.
At some point in this game, I would love to see Versosa and 𝔑𝔞𝔪𝔢𝔰.
Oh yes, I'm going to be very excited on that matchup. 6'10 versus 6'11 guy.
Two of the tallest players here in the juniors division.
It's also hard to believe that we are watching high school basketball with the size of the players we're watching right in front of us.
For context kasi yung height mo nung naglalaro ka.
5'3". 5'3".
There we go. Pelado will send it to the right side. Three-pointer for UC to start this ball game.
Right, the UC now trying to find his rhythm, not only in this game, but also this season. One of the best shooters we have in the league, but a very cold start for him. But here he is slowly finding his rhythm here.
JB Lim, spin around, fall away. Elbow jumper won't go. Pelado the go-ahead pass. Here comes UC. Sometimes on that spin move, you're too excited that you know you're gonna go to that move, naiwan yung bola, but you did make that first three-pointer.
They are trusting UC early on in this ballgame.
Ronquillo pressured by Pelado. Pelado is someone who does the dirty work for Coach Kev.
Tom Pelado, usually the guy that you put off the bench, gives you a lot of heart, but a little switch up right here. They'll be putting Reroma off the bench, and Pelado will start.
𝔑𝔞𝔪𝔢𝔰 at the post, double teamed right away. UC drives, kicks it out, had no one to pass it to. It ends up with Nepasena with the shot clock down to 6. Baraka with the offensive rebound, but an offensive foul right in front of the referees.
So far, UST doing a good job on closing down on 𝔐𝔞𝔪�𝔰. It's going to be a question of consistency the whole ball game. See here a charge, a push off coming from Collins there. One foul already for Collins.
And that would be a great strategy to put 𝔐𝔞𝔪𢉰 in foul trouble.
Yes.
Dungo tried to go for the quick crossover. And first class seats for the referees on that travel.
It's going to be a good defensive matchup on both teams. They both play physical. They're both very long. So it's just a matter of how do you put in your game plan against the talents of each other.
And they have players who love to do the intangible things. JB Lim, Pulido of NU.
Yeah, Mac Alfanta. Yeah, Koji with the floor. Very long guys. So, ganda ng mga labanan tao sa tao dito.
JB Lim finds Ronquillo. And Ronquillo with a touchdown.
Automatic comfort level coming from Ronquillo and JB Lim. Always the package inside the court.
Baraka looking to give it to 𝔑𝔞𝔪�𝔰. So many defenders ready to compete against 𝔑𝔞𝔪�𝔰. Ronquillo once again rejected by UC. Pulido sprinting downhill, and a counter rejection from UST.
And what a start we're having right here. Defensive ball game all around. You see here, good tap by UST. Going for the fast break, easy two for Lance Ronquillo. 2 plays before that. But on the next play, good block by Elijah UC. And on the other end, 𝔬𝔫𝔦𝔰 with a floor countering.
That time there was a foul on UC. You called it. It's going to be a defensive type of game.
It's going to be very exciting, very physical, very hard-nosed basketball we're going to see in front of us. If there is a team besides Adamson who can match with the physicality of 𝔬𝔞𝔪𝔢𝔰, it's going to be UST. They have the size, they have the experience, and they have the game plan to try and limit 𝔬𝔞𝔪𝔢𝔰. So we've seen Collins struggle against Adamson, against a physical team that can match up with him. Let's see if UST can once again battle that up.
Right now they are trailing by 2 points. Ronquillo pulling it back out. Dungo floats it up against 𝔐𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬 over the big man. 𝔐𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬 has the early seal. Misses the gimme. How about that defense from Sam Reyes, holding his own, but he was caught with a personal.
Good recovery coming from Sam Reyes. But if you are UST, you want to be able to front that. You want to deny 𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬 that basketball, limiting him and trying to make the others do the scoring load for NU.
So UC will trigger from the baseline. 𝔑𝔑𝔫 receives, and 𝔑𝔑𝔫 was fouled. We talk about a lot of 𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬 but 𝔑𝔑𝔫 easily one of the most dominant power forwards in season 86 as well.
Definitely benefiting from 𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬 guy.
Nice pass there. Corner 3. It won't go for Baraka. 𝔬𝔤 with the cross. Emergency pass. Reyes for a 3. That time far to the left. 𝔑𝔕𝔕 with the great box out. Pulido and Lim. Baraka tried to go baseline. Koji with a cutoff. And 𝔐𝔤𝔕 going straight down to work. And extracurricular activities here. Coach Jeff Napa on the side went straight to 𝔐𝔤𝔕.
Watch that again. Sam Reyes. Physical matchup right there. Challenging the inside of Collins.
I don't think Collins liked that foul, but he needs to be ready for those types of foul because there's no other way to stop him, Coach.
And with the physicality that UST is playing, this is only the start of a very long ball game.
Coach Kev, of course, one of the younger coaches we have here in season 86. 𝔐𝔤𝔕 goes 2 for 2. That's something he got his confidence from in their last game against Zobel. Coming into that game, he was shooting almost terribly, to put it.
Able to adjust finally here in the season with that free throw shooting.
𝔬𝔤 straight away 3. Won't hit rim. Buenaflor has 5 seconds to operate. Koji, the kick out. Ronquillo, the 3. Another defensive stop there for the Bullpups. Pulido running the break. Pulido bending midair. And it's UST's turn to run. 𝔬𝔤 transition 3-pointer.
Running we're having here.
𝔐𝔤𝔕. Big-to-big action. That is the teamwork we were talking about in their front court.
And that is also what you love about 𝔂𝔂 Every time Collins 𝔐𝔤𝔕 has that basketball, he continues to move without the ball. So he is a threat either from the kick out or those cuts. And that gives 𝔂𝔂 the much needed minutes because he can really contribute inside the court.
Kurt Velasquez will re-enter First 3-4 games, Kurt Velasquez is having a difficult time finding his rhythm, but past 2 games, he's been averaging 9 points.
Kurt Velasquez, I believe, played already for the Philippine team. So already has represented flag and country. So we know that this guy is a talent, but with how deep the backcourt is, you have JB Lim, you have Lance Ronquillo, you also have Ludovici there. So he is still trying to get his flow here in the season.
That's a luxury, though, to have if you're Coach Manu.
It's a good problem. It's a good problem to have.
As 𝔑𝔫𝔦𝔬𝔦 knocks down his second free throw. Dungo, closely attended by UC. Tagotongan with a steal, a counter steal for UST. And Velasquez now has 9 seconds to shoot. The bounce pass to Esteban, shot clock down to 5. Kurt, shot clock down to 3. And JB Lim, short on the three-pointer. Tagotongan swings it to UC. 𝔑𝔫𝔦𝔬𝔦, high-low play. 𝔑𝔞𝔬𝔦 was caught with the offensive foul.
That's going to be 2 on Collins.
That's right.
And this was the problem of NU against Adamson. The only loss they had. Collins was in foul trouble. Collins was tired as well. Every time Collins will be in foul trouble, this will be a struggle for NU.
Dungo gives it to Esteban off the pick and pop. 𝔑𝔫𝔦𝔬𝔦 chases for a rebound. Tagotongan going downhill. UC, three-pointer. Alfanta travels before he got the shot off.
Now the length of UST now becoming a problem for NU. They are having a hard time inside. They are in the lead here, and it's because of their running game and their outside shooting, as well as their free throws. So far, the inside game has been controlled by UST.
More than halfway done here in our first chapter. Low-scoring ball game so far. Velasquez sneaking inside for the layup.
Kurt Velasquez, very good use of that offense. Finds his way through the inside.
Tagotongan right in the middle. 𝔑𝔫𝔦𝔬𝔦 wanting to take it straight to the hoop. Palanca had the offensive rebound. Just one of the many 6-footers of NU.
Palanca already has had 1 player of the game honors this ball game. So every time 𝔐𝔬𝔦𝔬𝔦 is out, this guy steps up in favor of Collins. So we'll see here with Collins with 2 fouls. How will Palanca step up here in this game?
Palanca on his second attempt. Bricks Versosa, the internet sensation, will check in for the first time. Di pa rin sila nagsasabay ni Akowe.
Oh, I want to watch that matchup. 6'10 versus 6'11.
Esteban tried to give it inside to Velasquez. Ball denial was there. Ludovici to Kurt. Velasquez finding an opening and floating it up.
Good use of the screen there. There's a little confusion on the switch. So that gave Velasquez enough space.
Dungo with the anticipation, and Dungo switches to his left hand with a little stare down right after.
Shows the right, but ends with the left. What a move by Doy Dungo in that last play.
Cartel gets it safely across court. The block by Dungo, but got a piece of the hand.
Watch that again here. Doy Dungo showing right. Oops, punta ako kaliwa. What a finish by Doy. And then the stare down.
That was the cherry on top in that move. Manding will check in. UST now has the lead.
UST now putting in one of the CNC connection, Charles. and Carl, those two energy guys off the bench usually for UST.
And you're right, Coach. We're seeing it in the first quarter. Tinatapatan ng UST talaga yung physicality ng NU.
The UST is a team with a lot of experience. And they can really match up the experience, the height, the size of NU. And so far, that is what the coaching staff of UST really has game plan here.
We are deadlock at 10 apiece. Velasquez to Manding, they reverse it to the other side. Here's 𝔬𝔫𝔤𝔤. Ludovice off the pin down. Wacky. Floater won't bite. Ludovice reloads for three. Ball being saved by NU. Now they're in transition. Cartel receives a quick double. Tagutongan with a 1-2. High octane basketball. Fast break opportunity maximized by the Tiger Cubs.
Ludovice to Velasquez. These two have been comfortable with each other. They've been playing a few years, and you saw it right there. Comfort level at its finest.
How about this press from UST? Alfanta, you know he likes to drive. Palanca, a step too many.
That's another turnover for NU, the 8th of the ball game. In their last game, they might have been able to win against Zobel, but they had 26 turnovers. And so far, taking care of the ball has been a problem early on para dito sa Bullpups.
Iba yung energy ng UST.
Yes.
Really wanting to bounce back against that tough loss versus Ateneo. Versosa, the kick out. 𝔬𝔫𝔤𝔤, the three. Ludovice tried to save it, but a little too late. If you're Charles 𝔬𝔫𝔤𝔤, you need to take that three-pointer.
Be able to stretch out the floor. That is your role. So every time you're open, you have to take it, you have to make it.
What kind of press is this, Coach, from UST?
2-2-1 press going down to a zone. If you have the bricks wall up down low, you're sure that you have terrific help side defense. That's going to be a foul.
Less than 2 minutes remaining. Macmac Alfanta will get to the line. You know, one of our partners here in the panel, Renzo Subida, said he is seniors ready in terms of his build and his IQ.
The Macmac Alfanta, you look at the build. He is ready-made, not just for college basketball. He's ready-made for Coach Jeff Napa, the ones that he really loves to have in that NU Bulldogs team. Kaya kitang-kita mo naman si Coach Jeff. Ingat na niya itong si Macmac Alfanta because plug and play na lang to come the seniors level.
Manding straight to the basket.
What a move. Through the middle, through three defenders, no problem for Carl Manding.
Well, that's something we don't usually see, as you were mentioning, Coach Jeff Napa. The grind doesn't stop for Coach Jeff.
Coach Jeff Napa. Alipid dito eh. He really loves working even on the weekends.
Alfanta, a baseline drive. Macmac, another 2 free throws. That quick first step is so deadly for Macmac Alfanta.
What I love about this guy is basic yet aggressive. He doesn't need a lot of moves. He just reads the situation, knows what to do, and then goes aggressive for what he decides on. Sees a driving lane, going to the baseline, strong hard drive, gets the foul.
Alfanta now with his 3rd point. 𝔬𝔞𝔪𝔢 is still on the bench. He only has 1 foul.
Officially, he only has 1 foul, but they are trying to be careful.
Versosa tracks the rebound. UST clinging to a 1-point lead. Velasquez looking to get creative with the offense. Ludovice wanting to give it to Versosa. Ball is being passed around here. It ends up with Palanca. Cartel. Alley-oop play. And here comes UST. Ludovice with the sprint. Velasquez.
Starting to panic for UST.
And Velasquez decides to use a little time here. Kurt, the crossover, Manding drives, Carl, floater won't go. It ends up with Mac. Ludovice with a counter steal. Wacky being trapped. Yun yung sinasabi natin, in 1 to 2 possessions, napakadami nangyari.
Yes. That is in a matter of 20 seconds. If you confused, everything is moving, and that is why we love high school basketball.
Velasquez looking to find holes against his zone. Ludovice, three-pointer, bottoms.
And give him even an inch of space because this guy can shoot anywhere on the court. Another good three for him, Ludovice here.
Dangerous pass to Alfanta. Mac gives it to his point guard, Tagotongan, to beat the buzzer. That won't count. And at the end of 10 minutes of play, it's UST up on top by a 2-possession ball game. How about that quarter for the Tiger Cubs?
Good start for UST here, manning that zone and eventually going for a lot of fast break opportunities, taking advantage of the turnovers of NU. But NU on the other side, still trying to stay here inside the game. Only 13 points for them so far. They are doing a good job putting the ball inside.
Well, that is our score at the end of 10 minutes. 17-13. We'll be back. Going to work. How about that for the big guy?
Usually a guy known for his defense, now showing that he is also improving on that offensive bag.
Manding, air bending through traffic. He will get to the line and shoot two.
Let's watch that move first. Single coverage. I'm taller, I'm stronger, no problem against Solomon. And this is gonna be the first time we will be seeing our dream matchup. 𝔬𝔞𝔦𝔰 versus Bricks Versosa.
If I told you years ago you would be seeing a 6'10", a 6'11" guy in a juniors division game,
I would believe it. I wouldn't believe it.
And here we are now. Quite the start for UST. And a lot of this has something to do with their body language as well.
Yes, nakita mo naman, they're very ready going to today's ball game. They want to take advantage. They want to start strong. And every ball game, sinasabi natin that if you have the advantage early on, you will be getting an edge going forward. And that's the way UST is playing here.
And speaking of edge, Manding has had an edge here. Almost a steal for UST. Alfanta driving right, dropping it down. Epacena. But Alfanta was there to clean it up.
Good positioning by Mac. Alfanta going for that ball. He knew that there will be a miss. And he got that offensive rebound in the bucket.
Ronquillo and Reyes working a two-man game. Sam. Ludovice ends up with it. Ludovice, another three-pointer.
Wacky Ludovice now with 6 points here in the ball game. 2 threes coming from him.
Same spot, same result. Alfanta will try for 3. Another violation there for NU. Now a 9-point lead for NU. How about this 3-pointer? That pass wasn't even intended for him, but
just pure talent. Just pure talent. Para dito kay Joaquin Ludovice. Hand on his face. Good defense. Yet he says, no, my talent is better. I could make this 3.
It's nice to see the Batangilas boys go to work early on.
Oh, yeah.
6 points for Velasquez. 6 points for Ludovice.
And then the comfort level of the two together just purely seen here.
Ludovice, heat check. Package delivered.
Sunday special for Joaquin Ludovice. That left wing is a friend for Joaquin. Let's watch that. Rogelio recognizes, my guy is hot. Let me give it back to him. Yet Joaquin says, thank you very much on the Sunday.
Trying to find a way to stop Waki, waxing hot Ludovice with 3 triples now in the first half. 𝔬𝔫𝔦𝔰, he has been silent in the first quarter, now looking to go to work against another big guy in Versosa.
Finally, they saw each other down low. We've been waiting for that moment na magkatapat sila dito sa ilalim. And Collins will be getting that foul there. 𝔬𝔫𝔦𝔰 so far still without a rebound here in this ball game. Very surprising. He's coming off a 22 rebound game. And that is due to the game plan of UST. Box out 𝔬𝔫𝔦𝔰, make things hard for the main big man of NU.
𝔬𝔬𝔦 with no rebound in 1 quarter. That itself is a Christmas miracle.
That is something surprising here this Sunday.
Ludovice was fouled for 3. Si Waki iba yung energy eh. May Christmas energy siya eh.
You know, this guy, parang diesel to eh. You need him to get going. Yet when he gets going, tuloy-tuloy na. Ito si Joaquin Ludovice. I remember covering a game where he had 5 threes or 6 threes even in the whole ball game, in 4 or 5 in a quarter. And that is how hot he can get in an instant. And you know, one thing you love about UST, they respect that. When Waki gets hot, hanapin nyo si Waki and let's give him that basketball. And you see Lance, you see the other players really going for Waki. And now he's gonna get 3 free throws right here.
Waki Ludovice, he makes his first free throw. He is a 100% free throw shooter.
Just talking about shooters, way back in this day, Marvin Benvenida, Commissioner Marvin Benvenida, was one of the best shooters in the UAAP back in this day. So, might be a good comparison for Waki Ludovice.
Now a 14-point lead for UST. Who would have thought they would come out guns of blazing here? And he goes 3 for 3. Still has not missed a free throw this season.
Yeah, UST is really trying to make things hard on the inside para dito sa NU Bullpups. You know, the whole season long, that zone has been a problem to any team by UST because of the length and the way they move on the zone defense. Medyo nakikinig pa itong si Tom Pilano. There's 6
You saw that UST huddle. So confused ako bakit nakikinig din si Pelado.
Baka lang may makuha siyang tips, di ba?
Usop. So Coach Kev going deep into his bench here, inserting 𝔬𝔰. And 𝔬𝔰 goes 2 for 2. Reyes. A handoff to JB. Lim on the sidestep, tried to drop it down to Loreto, but deflections were made by NU.
He actually had a layup late there, but you know, whenever you see 𝔬𝔫𝔦𝔱𝔢𝔠 down low, you're always gonna think twice if you're gonna take that shot.
Ludovice. And now Baraca not giving any breathing room. Emphatic block there by 𝔬𝔬𝔦.
But their defensive stop there coming from the NU Bullpups.
Baraca to Pilado. Tom. Drop pass. Nepasena. No. There's that first rebound of 𝔬𝔬𝔦. And that one rattles out.
So far, a real struggle for Collins here. Something we're not used to seeing. So we have to commend the defense of UST right here.
They reverse it to Wacky. Ludovice to Ronquillo. Shot clock down to 8. Lance gets a switch. Shot clock down to 4 for UST. Ronquillo step back. Sam Reyes to beat the buzzer. Phenomenal defense there for NU. Pilado, early cross, free throw line jumper. Did you see that box out by Sam Reyes?
I did see that box out. Really textbook boxing out. Let's make things hard for Collins. No offensive rebounds allowed for 𝔬𝔬𝔦.
Oh, I think it's getting a little too physical here between both of these teams.
Might review that. Could it be an elbow extension on JB Lim or just a normal denial? He was not looking, so I don't know if that was intentional. But you see the physicality that's being played here.
That's Tom Pilado holding on to his neck. So the referees will review that last call, that last sequence. So a 13-point lead for UST.
I'm just enjoying this kind of matchup. We are watching high school basketball, yet they are playing like collegiate players with the way they understand the ball game. You know, looking at the talents of both of these teams, these are guys that has already been in Philippine basketball since they were young. So sila din nakikita, they were already elite at a young age, and they've already seen each other in a lot of leagues together. So it's really a good matchup of guys who has already a lot of high school experience going here into this ball game.
And you know JB Lim, he's a tough player. But that time got a little too physical. He will be called with an unsportsmanlike foul.
Looks like a little too much extension of JB Lim on that denial. One guy we haven't seen is Roma. So
That's right.
let's try to see if he's either injured or sick. But this guy is a guy who really
Easily
stabilizes the offense of NU.
Easily one of their best guards as well.
But he is on the end of the bench there.
Pilado goes 1 for 2. So they will have ball possession here to try to trim this lead further. 13 points in 3 minutes for UST in this quarter.
Led by Wacky Ludovice. Waxing Wacky.
That time Sam Reyes. A little too physical sometimes to get caught with the foul.
That is going to be the third foul by Wacky. Is that it? The second foul on Sam Reyes, I mean. Oh, sorry, that's the third.
It's the second foul on Sam Reyes.
It's JB Lim who has 3.
Give and go, 𝔠𝔬𝔂. That's the second in and out putback of 𝔠𝔬𝔂.
We're trying to bother the shots of 𝔠𝔬𝔂. That's why Collins is a little bit disappointed and frustrated because he cannot use his height. He cannot use the length because they are being bothered by the size as well of UST. Every time Collins puts his hands up, tapas to the UST, and they can actually challenge really the shots of Collins, making it very hard for Collins to get his usual shots.
So a little confusion here on the UST side on their substitutions. Nevertheless, 𝔠𝔬𝔂 will be shooting 2 free throws. Still no field goals here for 𝔠𝔬𝔂.
2 points for Collins, alongside 4 rebounds, all from the offensive. He has not gotten a defensive rebound here in this ball game.
He misses his first free throw. Over 2. Ronquillo putting on the handles to break that pressure defense, and Pelado winning the battle. Yung sinasabi natin, doing the dirty work from Pelado.
Pelado really trying to pressure, pushing out. Itong si Ronquillo. Ronquillo was very far from his screener, so Loreto was forced. Nakabulid yung defender. That is an obvious charge on UST there.
Pelado swings it to the right side. Picked up his dribble. Ludovisa with great defense. Pelado. So they've been attacking this zone of UST, really taking straight to the hole.
They're going to be having a hard time with putting the ball on the post on 𝔠𝔬𝔂, because that is the game plan of UST. So the best way to break the zone is either to shoot from the outside or try to go for those lanes and try to attack so that the defense of UST will eventually adjust. And that is exactly what NU is doing here. A lot more attacking and getting some fouls with those drives.
Yun nga lang, NU is not a known three-point shooting team. They really like to take it straight to the cup.
That's why guys like Elijah Yusi really need to step up, because they will be needing their shooting here in this ball game.
Pelado, shot fake, fall away, tough shot. And another foul on NU. So we've had a couple of stoppages here. A lot more fouls in the second quarter.
See the physicality that's going to be played by both of these teams.
Esteban tried to go for the back door, but the ball denial was there for NU. Velasquez will trigger from the sideline. Kurt maximizing the screen there. And that time, a foul on Ludovisa, but now he has garnered the respect of the NU defenders. Baraka was caught with a personal.
On denial on Waki Ludovisa, not even allowing him to get a touch of that basketball. That is the respect that NU is giving Waki. Pero that time, too much on the denial. Gonna be a foul. 2 free throws for Waki.
Ludovisa, 12 points now in the first half.
And 3 of 4 from downtown.
He has already surpassed his average.
It's one thing to be a good shooter, but to shoot it at the efficient rate that Waki is doing the whole season, that is something different. Something you really have to respect with this kid.
Like that, 13 big points for Ludovisa, who struggled against Ateneo.
That 42-21 second half really was the main reason why Ateneo broke away.
That time it goes 2 for 2. Pilado, dangerous pass. But the ball will remain with the white shirts. What's something NU can do differently here? They've been struggling in their offense, coach.
You know, you have to give 𝔍𝔞𝔪𝔢𝔰 that rhythm. Maybe get him 1 or 2 shots, right? To put the ball down low because he's still bigger than anyone. And number 2, you also have to stretch out the floor. If your drives are not working, you have to be able to get a few shots from the outside. And maybe guys like Baraka, UC, or even Usop can get some outside shots going for them here.
𝔍𝔞, high pass. Choklock down to 3. Collins rejected. Loreto holding his own. Velasquez sprints down court. Lodovice thought about it. 𝔬𝔐 pulling it back out. Pull-up jumper. And a foul again on Pilado. That's going to be his second personal.
Defense of NU not working. Too much physicality coming from the Bullpups. Another call off ball on NU. That's been the problem. Their denial, their help side is always a little bit too physical.
Tagutongan will enter with Cartel. And UST has this 13-point lead built without Koji Buenaflor, who is averaging close to a double-double per game.
Koji is the offensive threat they have, but Loreto played terrific defense today, as well as Esteban and Sam Reyes really stepping up. So that gives a good rest for Koji as well as the Bricks wall, Bricks Versosa.
Staggered screens for Kurt. Velasquez to 𝔬𝔐, catch and shoot 3 again, and he continues to sizzle from downtown.
Waxing 𝔬𝔐, another 3, 4 na para dito kay 𝔬𝔐.
Cartel floats it up, can't put it in. Nepasena says, don't worry, I got you. With that putback, the lead put down to 14, but 𝔬𝔐 Lodovice having the half of his life. Let's take a look at this one more time.
Off the staggered screen, good closeout, hand on his face, but once again, making that 3, but Gab Nepasena, quick answer on the other end.
The main character of the first half, 𝔬𝔐 Lodovice, 17 big points, 4 threes. Someone check on that man's hands right now. It is waxing hot. We'll see if Macmac Alfanta can come back from this 14-point deficit. And you're right, Coach. Kurt Velasquez playing point guard. They've been looking for 𝔬𝔐 Lodovice non-stop. Here he comes again. Lodovice this time drops it down. Loreto off the glass.
I can make shots. I can give the basketball as well. 𝔬𝔐 now dishing out some assists this ball game.
This is now the biggest lead of UST. Tagutongan, open three-pointer. Hits front of the rim. Nepasena with the rebound. Tagutongan this time drives. The bounce pass to Nepasena. The bigs of UST once again with great defense. Tagutongan squares up. They have been blank from three-point territory. Great decision there by Velasquez, using more time. Then he steps back inside for the elbow jumper.
Oh, what a read. He could not find a teammate, yet he saw that open pull-up jumper. Good read coming from Velasquez.
18-point lead now for the Tiger Cubs. Alfanta drives. Mac. Oh. There's that physicality once again.
If you're 𝔍𝔞𝔪𝔢, you cannot be frustrated with the way UST is playing, because it will defer your game. You have to stay aggressive. You have to keep on playing the same way you do. But if you're NU, you really have to be able to adjust. UST's game plan has been on point. But let's watch this first. Ooh, tumama yung paa on that extension. I don't think that's anything intentional coming from UST. But NU right here, struggling on the offensive end. Only 8 points here in the second quarter.
They're 1 for 7 from 3. 3 for 25 from the field. Coach, 12% from the field. A lot of their points have come from the free throw line.
40 of 24 on the free throw end. So it's been a real struggle coming for NU here. So they really have to stretch out the floor. I think it's going to be one of the reasons. It's going to be one of the threats that they need to be able to have for UST to adjust. Because if your game plan is working, why change something that is? So kita mo naman, every time that the ball is on the side of NU, UST is going down, closing down on the inside. No easy basket for Collins, for Depacena, and all the other guys of NU.
And Coach Lee, looking at Charles Esteban, Sam Reyes has 0 points. Koji Buenaflor only played 4 minutes.
Alfred Loreto.
The bigs really, other than Joaquin Ludovice, on the defensive side, they have been the stars of the show.
Yes, the untalked about stars doing the dirty work, playing terrific defense on the front court of NU.
So Akowe will be sent out. Collins Akowe now with 3 personal fouls. This will send Charles Esteban to the line to get his first points of this ball game. And he gets the bounce.
Friendly bounce there for Charles Esteban. And I'm sure during the halftime, NU will adjust. So if you're UST, you already have the rhythm. You gotta extend this lead as far as possible coming into the second half.
But 3:09, that's still a lot of time for NU to trim this lead.
NU has a talent. NU definitely has a talent, but UST just has the better game plan to start the ball game.
There's Renoma. You were looking for him in this game. First appearance in this ball game. Cartel, 3-pointer, much needed basket.
Very, very important basket coming for the Bullpups right here. Cartel wide open on that left wing.
Velasquez using the Manding screen. Kurt isolated against Alfanta. Ludovice. That would have just brought the entire Phil Oil Center down. And Alfanta with a tough angle for the layup somehow ends up with it and gets another 2 points.
5-0 run for NU here.
Velasquez will patiently use the screen. Loreto will set one. Kurtz. And you're looking to continue that 5-0 run. Reroma drives, and Reroma had no one to pass it to. It ends up with UC. And UC will score that 7 unanswered points for the Bullpups, trimming this lead down to 13.
And you're not even needing the halftime to adjust. A good 7-0 run. Better adjustment, better aggressiveness. Now the lead is down to 13.
Bricks Versosa. And the UST Tiger Cubs up by 13, but NU with a run of their own, 7 unanswered points. We were waiting for that run for the Bullpups for quite a while.
So they're just with on zone.
Manding met by a wall. And Carl Manding shooting 2 more free throws.
I just love how Carl Manding, given the opportunity, just takes hard drive each and every time. That's been his role the whole season long.
That time misses his first free throw. We covered the first game of UST this season. They have come a long way compared to that first game where they lost against De La Salle Isabel.
Really, you know, they got their footing here in the season. They found their groove. And now, kita mo naman yung comfort level ng UST.
Well, check that. Their first game was against Adamson, which is a tough opponent
very
for a first game.
But they were in there. They were in there. You know, from the get-go, we already saw the talent level of UST. Kaya nilang makipagbakbakan with the best of the best. And it's just a matter of consistency for UST. Some days they will play like this. Some days they'll be having a lot of turnovers. So it's really just trying to get enough consistency for them to keep this Final Four hopes alive.
Which is a natural problem for a new team.
Yes. You know, new team, new system, new coaching staff, a lot of new players.
And that is exactly why Adamson has an unblemished record right now, because they are a well-oiled machine.
Sila pa rin, same coach, same system.
In the meantime, looks like there's a foul there.
Carl Manding, overextension of that hip.
So 2 more free throws for Al Usop. This is going to be their 25th and 26th free throw in a half.
And that's only 6 field goals for them here in the first half, but it's been getting them through the line. It's keeping them alive here in the game.
Palanca. Alfanta, rather, with a bang, the bucket, and now has a chance for a 3-point play opportunity.
It's spark plug for NU here in this ball game. 9 points and 5 rebounds for back-back Alfanta. Really proving that he is the heart and soul in this ball game.
Almost another offensive rebound for NU. It ends up on the hands of Ronquillo. The forward pass to Velasquez for 3. Does not hit rim. Great hustle there for Manding. Ronquillo. The bounce pass to Carl. Shot clock down to 7. Carl, once again, doing what he does best.
This guy can really fish for fouls. Every time he drives, he just puts his hands up enough para matapik siya or just use his body to his advantage. Once again, he'll be trooping the line.
Koji Buenaflor, we have not seen him. He has now re-entered. We have not seen him here in the second quarter.
24 minutes and 24 seconds for Koji Buenaflor. Actually, whole season long, inconsistent minutes for Koji Buenaflor, but every time he is inside the court, always efficient, always a threat. Inside-outside guy for UST.
Ang ganda nilalaro nila Manding, Reyes, Loreto.
A good enough rest para kay Koji.
Carl Manding continues to live at the line. So a 13-point lead, the biggest lead for the Tiger Cubs. It was once at 20.
UST here, 15 points off turnovers. Really the glaring stat here.
Roma tried to go for the sidestep. UC squares up for 3, bottoms.
Elijah UC, we've even talking about how do you stretch out that zone by making your three-point shots. Now that's a second for UC here in the ballgame.
The lead is down to 10. Ronquillo double team lands the emergency pass. Velasquez looks at Manding, rejects the screen. Kurt, pull-up jumper. And another stop for NU. And a counter stop for UST.
High school basketball at its finest, Jaime.
This is that three-pointer from UC to trim this lead down to 10.
Good ball swing, everybody getting a touch. Eventually, Elijah UC was wide open on that left wing.
I know you're not allowed to have bias here, but I know you have a bias for Lance Ronquillo.
Oh, yes. You know, when I watch this guy, he was the talent I never was. Because
Same height,
but just a better talent than si Lance Ronquillo. You know, it's so hard to defend him because he has a shorter stature and he dribbles the ball so low. So he really finds those small spaces. Itong si Lance Ronquillo just really taking advantage of the advantage he has.
Now a timeout is called with UST holding on to this 12. But what a quarter for UST though, 29 points. Rocky Lodovice really showing up in his last game of the year. UC to Cartel, back to UC. Clock reads 6. Reroma trying to locate an inside player. And it will be UST who can take the last shot.
Once again, that zone working in the favor of UST, closing down on every option.
Lightning quick hands there from Cartel. Ludovice will check in. Vedanes will be checked out.
2 seconds, enough to operate. Just one good shot for UST here. Noiduo also adding to the depth of the talent here to end the quarter.
With 2 seconds, Duo from deep. And that will wrap up this gift of a first half. And I'm talking about a gift called Rocky Lodovice, waxing hot there for Chapter 2.
17 points in the first half, showing us that he has that threat and can also dish out some assists. But on the side of NU, Gabde Pasena, Mac Alpata trying to keep things alive here.
Ludovice now 17 big points in the first 20 minutes of play. We'll see if NU can respond in the third quarter. Halftime analysis coming right up when we return.
NU here. Only 8 of 31. Even before, they were only 2 going into the second quarter. But it's a free throws and keeping them alive. 15 of 27 for NU. Also a lot of free throws for UST. 14 of 19. But where is UST taking advantage of? Number one, it's the points off turnovers. 17 plus 16 in that line. But NU still controlling the boards with a lot more height, a lot more size. But a terrific first half for UST. That's why they're able to keep this double-digit lead entering the second half.
Let's take a look at some of the highlights there in that half. Really, the defense, as you saw, of UST, although 𝔑𝔞𝔪𝔢𝔰 made that, really paved the way. But NU, signs of life in that second quarter, had a 7-0 run, a 4-0 run.
It's just really the game plan of UST that gave them an edge. Really trying to close down on 𝔐𝔞𝔪𝔢𝔰. After Collins, they had a hard time in finding the second option. And on the side of UST, this guy, waxing hot, is Wacky Ludovice, being helped, of course, by his point guard, Kurt Velasquez, 2 of the guys doing most of the damage in terms of scoring. But guys like Carl Manding, Lance Roquillo, Andre Dugo also doing their part in keeping this edge here. 12-point lead for UST.
Which leads us to our leading scorer, Ludovice and Velasquez, that Gilas backcourt with 25 points combined, and Carl Manding bringing in the energy. As for NUNS, we do not see 𝔐𝔞𝔪𝔢𝔰 anywhere there in that scoring department. That is something they need to focus on here coming into the third quarter.
Si Alphonsa UC in the Pasena, no 𝔑𝔪𝔤. So you just gotta commend the coaching staff of UST for putting in a terrific game plan in stopping 𝔐𝔞𝔪𝔤𝔰. But this game is far from over. And with the strength and length that 𝔐𝔞𝔪𝔰𝔰 has, I'm sure he'll be trying to dominate once again here in this ball game.
All right, now 𝔐𝔞𝔪𝔰𝔰 with 3 personal fouls as well. So he will not start the third quarter. Once again, Jaime Escalon with Coach Juanito Gregorio. Coach, we really have to mention what happened in UST's last game against Ateneo. They were outscored in the second half, 42-21. So I'm sure they've learned from that lesson, and they will apply it here right in their next game.
I'm sure that they also talked about that during the halftime, that history cannot repeat itself. You have to be careful here in the second half.
UC with confidence to start, but that time can't make it. This will be a real test, Coach, for NU without 𝔐𝔞𝔪𝔰𝔰 to start the third quarter.
It's going to be a challenge para dito sa NU, but they ended up second quarter terrifically and without 𝔐𝔞𝔪𝔰𝔰 as well. So they also want to keep that rhythm the way they ended that second quarter.
Well, speaking of rhythm, Carl Manding with a lot of rhythm here. 𝔐𝔤𝔰 for 3.
That's one thing that he can do. He can stretch out the floor para dito sa NU. We did not see him almost the entire first half. He was entered late in that second quarter, and here he is trying to help out the NU Bullpups.
Dumo kicks it out. Books it. Corner 3. Nepaseno with the rebound. 𝔐𝔤𝔰 with the go-ahead pass. Here comes UC. Ball is flown around. Cartel in and out dribble. That's Solomon. Koji Buenaflor with a quiet first half. He takes it straight to the cup and will be shooting 2 free throws.
That's what I love about Koji Buenaflor. He plays the big, but when he needs to put the ball on the floor, he has the skill to dribble. Getting that foul there.
There's that open three-pointer for 𝔐𝔤𝔰. That's 𝔐𝔤𝔰's first 3 points. At the line is Koji Buenaflor, who also gets, check that, misses his first, looking to get his first points here.
Only 5 minutes played in the first half para dito kay Koji Buenaflor. Has had a few double-doubles this season. So this guy is one of the best talents that is being produced by UST.
First 2 points for Koji. First 3 points of 𝔐𝔤𝔰. They are digging deep now. And that results into a turnover.
That was a good pass. That was a good pass. Just could not handle the basketball. His Cartel was wide open on the cut. He's just not ready to catch the ball.
It's quite obvious they're looking for 𝔐𝔤𝔰 to change the pace,
yes,
of this ball game.
he's the main point guard. I don't know if he's sick or he's nursing an injury, but he played only late in the second quarter.
When the floor elevates, does not score. 𝔐𝔐𝔫 taps it to his teammate. 𝔐𝔐𝔫 now. The kick out. Cartel back to 𝔐𝔐𝔫. He decides to drive. Sidestep. Ball being swung around. UC in and out on the three. Manding almost with a touchdown layup.
Faster plays we're seeing here.
Short corner. High-low play. 𝔑𝔫𝔬𝔫 for 2 free throws.
Good ball swing there to find an open guy. Late rotation for UST and end up with a foul. That's going to be another opportunity for 𝔑𝔫𝔬𝔫 to cut into the lead.
Right off the bat, we're seeing faster ball movement from NU, just like this possession.
Look at that. Touch passing for NU. No dribbles. Late rotation from Doy.
Alam mo yung emoji na may heart eyes? For a coach, when you see that play, that is the heart eyes emoji.
You know, sometimes you're just gonna smile. You're just gonna smile as a coach. Kasi ang sarap makita na lahat ng tao nakakahawak ng bola.
One thing you can't smile about is missed free throws as 𝔑𝔫𝔬𝔫 goes 1 for 2. Bricks versus 𝔑𝔫𝔫. What's your nickname for him again? The Bricks Wall.
Bricks Wall.
He enters the ball game for the first time in the second half. 2 minutes and 20 seconds has gone by.
Quick big switch as well para dito sa NU, yet still no Collins 𝔑𝔞𝔰.
And Carl Manding did not have his screen set. Coach Manu Inigo not liking that call.
That's been a problem the whole game long. That is the third of its kind here. And you know, that is slightly due to the point guard. Pag malayo ka talaga, the screeners are forced na habulin yung screens. So the guard also has to adjust on those screens.
You know, NU has been forcing these turnovers, but these points of turnovers, they're not able to convert.
Yes. They've not been only 1 point off turnover for NU the whole ball game.
Manding, quick first step. Bilis niya bumawi.
Oh, his first step is so quick that you know how he does it. He looks at the other side, and then all of a sudden it goes to that other side, to the offhand, eventually going for those drives, and he gets so many fouls the whole season long. Probably one of the leaders in fishing for fouls here.
Manding makes his first free throw. That's a good point. He has gotten, coming into this game, he has gotten to the line 31 times. The most in his team. So that's really his role here for the Tiger Cubs.
To really switch up the pace. And that middle, he loves to drive that middle. It's Carl Manding.
Goes 2 for 2. Lead back at 14. 2-on-2 fast break. Cartel to a trailing 𝔑𝔫𝔬𝔫 for the layup.
Smoke early break there. Good read through the middle by Gab 𝔑𝔫𝔬𝔫.
Manding, center court. Dumo at the right side. Doy guarded closely by UC. He goes for the crossover. Tough shot on the fall away. Ronquillo sprints to get that offensive rebound. Jumper won't go. It ends up on the hands of Palanca. 𝔐𝔐𝔫𝔬𝔫, dangerous fall. And he looks to be shaken up there.
Holding on to his wrist here. It looked like worried dad coach in Coach Britt 𝔐𝔐𝔫𝔬𝔫.
So he's holding on to that right elbow.
Oh, it's the elbow, it's not the wrist. Seems to be okay. Let's watch this again. He attacks, off balance.
There's that impact. There's that impact to the floor.
So the elbow is not really a usual place to really get hurt, but he got off balance, put all of his weight on that right elbow. And he'll be shooting the free throw, so mukhang hindi naman siya papalitan dito. So either shake it off, but this guy is tough. This kid was hailing from Cebu as well. Coach Brent Roma, one of the legendary Cebuanos we have here in the country.
And this is his first free throw.
There you go, Coach Brent Roma. A worried Coach Dad right there.
So may Romas of NU and there's the Mirandas
Yes.
of FEU.
The second generational talents.
In the meantime, Manding. Ronquillo with the rip through. Elevates for the jumper. Roma takes a scan downhill. Roma drives, trying to kick it. Now Ronquillo on a foot race, and Lance will win the battle.
I just love how he reads those leak outs. Every time there's a turnover, Lance is already gutting out. That's already 4 points off the fast break para dito kay Lance Ronquillo.
2-3 zone implemented again by UST. They force a stop as 𝔍𝔞𝔪𝔢 is running. Charles with a 1-2 reverse.
Now the running game going the side of UST. 4 straight fast break points. And once again, another point off turnover para dito sa Tiger Cubs.
That's the 15th fast break point of UST.
That's going to force Coach Kevin De Castro to put back Colin 𝔑𝔞𝔪𝔢𝔰. Let's watch this here. Quickly out by Lance, all alone. 2 points para dito kay Lance. On the next play, 2 white shirts, no problem. Through the middle for Charles 𝔑𝔞𝔪𝔢.
That shot will be living rent-free in Coach Juanito's head. As Colin 𝔑𝔞𝔪𝔢 will be sent in for Nepasena. Palanca will miss his second free throw. Sayang din itong mga missed free throws ng NU, Coach. 14 missed free throws. They are shooting close to 55%.
They've gotten a lot of opportunities on the line. They have just not been making a lot of shots. So medyo masakit din to on the end of NU.
Velasquez sprays it out to Reyes, trying to look for the back door. Ball denial there for NU. Velasquez tried to drive, but a foul before the play transpired.
That drag offense of UST, something they have been gunning through. Usually a drag to a staggered screen or a drag to a roll.
Duo with the hesitation. Doy left-handed.
Finish coming from Doy. That is only the 6th point of Doy Duo, but no problem for UST as all the other guys are playing terrific in today's ballgame.
Duo. This time, Palanca was there to reach for a block. Rocky Ludovice will check in.
Watch that again. Hard drive to the left. Colin 𝔑𝔞𝔪𝔢 late to the help. Doy Duo, very comfortable with that left hand, even though he's a right-hand shooter. Can finish either way.
Velasquez, that ball was deflected by Tom Pilado. Oh, Velasquez, the getaway. Colin 𝔑𝔞𝔪𝔢 with a power rebound, and Sam Reyes was called with a foul.
And that will be the first defensive rebound of Colin 𝔑𝔞𝔪𝔢 here in the ball game. All of his 6 rebounds coming on the offensive end,
Which is actually tougher if you ask us, right?
Exactly. Sam Reyes will be called for the foul. There's gotten a few here in this ball game. That is going to be the 3rd foul of Sam Reyes.
You know, NUNS, they are on pace to shoot 50 free throws. And we have to double check with the Sultan of Stats, Pong Docanes, if that is some type of record here in the UAAP.
So we've had a very slow ball game, a lot of physicality, a lot of fouls for both squads. Even
I'm not complaining though, Coach.
no,
It's a slow ball. Last
we're
of the year na eh.
We're enjoying the physicality of these games because they play a different way. A little slower, much more physical, and you know, just college-ready players right here.
Velasquez zips it to Loreta.
With contest coming from college there.
Pelado. That's not allowed.
So they've been very strict the whole season long. Strict na sila with that move. They've been calling that travel. And just props the referees.
Still a 15-point lead here for the Tiger Cubs. 6 minutes has gone by. Duo three-pointer. Nakoe snatches that from everyone. Here comes Pelado. They give it to Akoe at the post. Collins. One dribble. Gets his own miss. Akoe still fighting for it, and 2 free throws. That's a lot of banging bodies there.
That elbow hit Loreto straight to the face. Nothing intentional, but I felt that. And now, Collins is also down on the floor. We've been talking about physicality, Jaime. This is exactly how they're playing it. Let's watch that. Ooh.
That's gotta hurt.
And on the next play,
Loreto took it like a champ. Went straight up. He will refuse to stay down in 10 seconds.
okay lang ako. And that's the mindset you want from your players, the toughness. In every play, you get hit by an elbow on the face. I stand up. I fight again.
Collins Akoe, after not scoring a rebound in the first quarter, now has 11.
Just like that.
And it's light
Just
work.
like that. That's 9 offensive rebounds for Collins.
Speaking of offensive rebounds, that's something that they haven't been able to maximize, those putbacks.
Yes.
Often resulting into free throws though.
Only 8 second chance points para dito sa NU, yet they already have 21 offensive rebounds.
That's quite unusual, Coach.
Yes. So it's been a real struggle para dito sa NU, especially on the inside, and that is due to the defense being set up by UST. Just closing down on the paint.
39 free throws now for NU. Lead cut down to 12. Duo, two-man game with Esteban. Doy will pull it back out at the left side. This time maximizes the Loreto screen. Shot clock down to 7. He wants the isolation. Duo with the hezi. Duo with the pull-up. And that's great defense all around for the Bullpups.
Individual defense on point there para kay Vince Palanca, stopping on that Doy Duo drive.
Alfanta to Pelado. They reverse it to the right side. Baraka back to Pelado. Trying to give it to Akoe. Esteban with the steal. Velasquez on the run out. And Velasquez, 2+1 special.
Good leak out. Good body control. And another good basket from UST. Defense to offense. Velasquez one-on-one. I got this. Tough finish for Kurt Velasquez.
11 out of 10 degree of difficulty. That is what you call jelly fam by Kurt Velasquez, who now has 10 points. He too is in double digits. So yung past 3 games niya, Coach, napakaganda.
Oh, yes.
Really getting his confidence.
Start the season very slow for Kurt Velasquez, but with the way he's playing today, you just see the depth of the guard rotation para dito kay Coach Manu with Diego Velasquez, Ludovice, Lim, and Roquillo.
Alfanta, aggressive move.
Leading scorer for NU here, 13 points already for Mac.
Velasquez to Esteban on the float shot. Baraka Sends it to Tagutongan, trying to spray it to Alfanta. There's extracurricular activities going on once again.
Collins not happy with the way UST is playing defense on him. He's getting frustrated because he is not getting a touch of that basketball. Let's watch here. Oh, there's a push there coming from Charles Esteban. Or is that Charles 𝔬𝔫𝔤𝔫?
That's Charles 𝔬𝔫𝔤𝔫, who is called with the personal. Roma will be re-injected as 𝔐𝔐𝔞𝔪𝔢 will be sent to the line because the NUNS Bullpups have signed a new lease to that free throw line. They have made it their new home. This is the 40th and 41st free throw.
And we are only in the third quarter. May we remind everybody, that's already the 40th free throw. 23 of 40 para dito sa NU Bullpups.
𝔐𝔐𝔞𝔪𝔢 goes 2 for 2. Lead still up to 13. Velasquez in and out into a floater. Ball will remain with the yellow shirts with the fresh 14. Loreto from long distance. 𝔐𝔐𝔞𝔪𝔢 with the rebound.
At his usual range, si Loreto. Dahil shot clock.
Less than 2 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Roma floats it up from the free throw line. And Velasquez wants a good play here. Esteban says, let me try from long distance, and why not?
And the bigs trying to stretch out the floor for UST. Loreto tried one, now Esteban trying another, and he picks it.
Alfanta met at the rim. Loreto with the rejection. Velasquez spins, fades, finishes.
What a ball game Kurt is playing right here. Dishing out assists, getting the scoring. And now extended the lead back to 18 for UST.
He also has 4 assists along with his 12 points. 𝔐𝔐𝔞𝔪� high-low. UST just everywhere on the defensive side of things. Makmak Alfanta, he has struggled to get those open shots. Velasquez in control of the leather. Ludovice, he's been quiet. Roma misses on his signature floater.
Gotta commend this guy Loreto. He's been stepping up big time in terms of defense and also getting those rebounds. Alfred Loreto, 5 rebounds, 4 block shots in today's ball game.
Velasquez to Esteban. Tough shot. Why not?
Off balance, no problem. Everything just going for UST here.
The good old saying is, it's better to be lucky than good. UST has been both here in the third quarter. Coach, talk to me about that third quarter.
What a quarter. Started off strong by Doido, but defensively, they really have been able to close down on the inside. UST has been making things hard for NU here. Collins 𝔐𝔐𝔞𝔪� not able to make basket. And on the other end, Charles Esteban, 5 straight points to end the quarter, now extending the lead to 20.
We'll flip the page to the 4th and final chapter when we return here. Coach Denok Miranda, Coach Fermin. A rematch of last season. Up next, that will be our third game. But before that, one last quarter here in the Phil Oil Eco Oil Center between UST and NU. Quarter scoring there, Coach. UST really learning from that last game in terms of how to start and how to end a third quarter.
History would not repeat itself. UST better being more careful now with a 20-point lead entering the final chapter.
Kowe was blocked there. And that's Palanca with the basket and one.
UST getting some second chance point there.
See this replay, Coach. You know, we're in the last day of round one. My question for you is, based on just round one, is USD that Final Four team that you're looking for? Are they still considered a wild card here in season 86?
Definitely, UST is one of the wild cards here. They are at number 4 here, but they're looking at entering that number 3 with a win today. So this is a team that, moving forward, is a team we really have to look out for.
And we know that NU, they're a potential Final Four team as 𝔑𝔞𝔪𝔢 knocks down that jumper. But with that loss here, you know, it's still a little close as we take a look at the standings.
You know, all teams can really battle each other. NU would go down here. If FPU can get the win later on, they'll be tied at number 2. So NU has to get their groove on. They've struggled a bit, especially when 𝔬𝔫𝔦𝔰 is either tired or in foul trouble. They have to look for the other guys that will step up para dito sa Bullpups.
Ang alam natin, Adamson is the standard right now in juniors basketball.
But Adamson has been also in a few close games, even with teams not in the Final Four. So this is not a done deal for any team. The second round is long. Adamson, of course, still needs to be able to learn. For the side of NU and UST, they're still growing. UST finding more guys each and every game. This is a very scary team. Kurt Velasquez is playing terrific today. Loreto is playing terrific today. Koji with the floor. Doi Dugo not even getting a lot of minutes yet. They have a 17-point lead here. So a team to watch out for is UST.
When the floor to Ludovice, back to Koji Raroma with the interception. UC says goodbye. Now trims his lead down to 15.
Slow good decision para dito sa NU. Knocking once again on the door. 7 points for NU already to start the quarter.
When the floor to Ludovice, trying to find some space. Velasquez, the cross, the spin, the floater won't go. Kowe chases for a rebound. Esteban right away applying pressure defense. 𝔬𝔫𝔦𝔰 has had his hand full with this UST bigs.
You know, no one is backing down from 𝔬𝔫𝔦𝔰. You see the hard drive there. Rebound by Collins. Esteban says, go where you're gonna go. Pushes out 𝔬𝔫𝔦𝔰. You just gotta commend the tough mindset that UST has. Collins has been dominating the whole season long, yet UST says, not today, Collins, not today. They're really trying to make things hard for Collins.
Oh! Rocking the rim. How about that slam from Palanca? Cuts his lead down to 13.
Watch out again. Off the baseline. Good dish, good find, good slam coming from Palanca.
7:30 remaining. Hopefully this slam dunk can steer an NU talking about surprises here. Well, thanks to Direk Al, we have one of the best surprises here in Zip Espinas. They will be the 4th game later against De La Salle. That's a travel there by JB Lim. If you're USC, you don't want to get too complacent.
NU is still a championship-worthy team. One of the best talented teams they have. So they have to be careful here and go back to the same mindset they had for them to be able to get the 20-point lead.
Kowe with a laser pass to Palanca. Cartel takes 2 dribbles, kicks it out. UC back to Cartel, the extra swing to Uso, who knocks it down.
And this is a big 4th quarter being played by NU. Already 10 points here in the 4th, cutting the lead to 10.
12-2 run to start the 4th and final quarter for the Bullpups. Dungo just needed little space to get that basket off.
And much needed basket as well for them to be able to extend the lead. Now going back to their 2-2-1 press.
UC. Crucial stop there for UST. Ronquillo wanting to slow down the pace here, Lance. We'll try to maximize this Koji screen. Ronquillo now. We'll give it to JB Lim. Shot clock reads 9. Lim with a crossover. Shot clock reads 5 for the Tiger Cubs. Dungo to beat the buzzer. In and out.
The ball returned to UST here. But just a better defensive adjustment by NU. Closing down on the paint. Making things hard for UST to get their shots off. Doy Dungo is the last guy on that ball rotation. So his drives will be needed here in the late shot clocks.
So there's a review here by the referees with 4 minutes taken out of the time. So a 12-point lead from UST. You know, that Doy Dungo jumper was much needed. They have been up pretty much this entire second half by double digits.
Really stabilizing on the defensive end is UST.
Waki Ludovice has not scored in the second half with 17, but his backcourt partner Velasquez has really stepped up immensely.
Really doing the scoring load here is Ludovice Velasquez. Also, Mande has been chipping in double figures as well with 10.
But it's the defense we have to commend for the Tiger Cubs.
Especially their bigs. Guys like Alfred Loreto and Sam Reyes really limiting Collins Sakoe. Collins still no field goal here in the ballgame. 0 out of 9. And he is coming off a 32-point win. A 32-point game in their win against De La Salle Zobel.
Usop sends it high to Palanca, but could not get a handle of the leather.
So we're talking about the turnovers. They had 26 in their last game. They already have 25 here today. So still the same problem for NU is the turnovers.
Dungo trying to tango with UC. Dangerous pass to Reyes. The shot clock is winding down. Dungo from deep into downtown.
That's defense being played by NU here. They're making their stops. They're doing the right things. But can they get some scoring on the offensive end enough for them to mount a big comeback?
And Usop will sprint down court. Akoe at the post. Has been the floor on him. The kick out to Usop. And now UC fires from the corner. and splashes it through.
And at least this lead is down to single digits with still enough time. Good kick out to the corner. Good three coming from Elijah.
And the lead is down to single digits. More than halfway done here in our fourth and final chapter. 𝔬𝔞𝔪 looking for the roller. He sprays it to 𝔍𝔞𝔪𝔢, who answers right back.
Oh, big three for Lance 𝔍𝔞𝔪𝔢.
UC, heat check. Back-to-back three-pointers now for UC.
We are having a shootout here. Sunday showdown here at the 𝔐𝔞𝔪𝔢 Arena.
How will UST respond? They go to JB Lim. He goes to Reyes. That corner triple won't go. A rebound by Palanca. 𝔬𝔞𝔪𝔢 pushing the pace. 𝔬𝔞𝔪𝔢 layup. 𝔐𝔞𝔪𝔢 was dragged down. And I believe that's Sam Reyes on the floor.
Can't count how many times Sam Reyes has went to the floor today. It's the struggle of defending 6'10" 𝔍𝔞𝔦𝔰 trying to box out. No other choice. Accidentally pulls down 𝔍𝔞𝔦, so the foul will be called at Sam.
So this will be free throws for NU. The referees signaling a review. Sam Reyes looks to be okay. 9-point lead. Still a lot of time remaining here with a 4:01. That's the thing about the juniors division. These 9-point leads, they're never safe with the pace of this game.
Very fast-paced, high-octane ball game we're having.
Still have 2 more games in the afternoon. And we'll see the final standings after that for round 1. So it won't be free throws, it will be possession in favor of the Bullpups. Elijah UC has come alive here for this Bullpup squad.
UC now the leading scorer of the Bullpups, also tying Rocky Ludovise for leading scorer of the ball game. So that three of Elijah UC will now be a threat moving forward here in the game. UST has to close out on him.
Lim. What a play by JB Lim.
I cannot dribble the ball in front of JB Lim because he's one of the best stealers we have here in the UAAP. Dribble in front, good read, good tap, forcing a turnover on 𝔑𝔂 Alfanta. That is turnover number 26 for NU here.
That's in comparison to the 9 of UST. Rebounds, of course, working in the favor of NU.
Plus 28 rebounds for NU. Plus 16 offensive rebounds. Yet, the second chance points, only 14 for NU. So that is not really a lot in comparison to how much offensive rebound they have.
𝔍𝔞𝔦𝔰, who's 0 for 9, has 6 points, 18 rebounds. And they're only down by 9 without him scoring a field goal. That's still a silver lining within this game.
And guys like Elijah UC and 𝔑𝔂 Alfanta and Gab De Pacena really stepping up in terms of scoring. But Elijah UC coming up late. Game's not done, but he needs to do a lot more of stretching out the floor if they want to mount a huge comeback.
Less than 4 minutes in the fourth quarter. 𝔍𝔞𝔪𝔢 orchestrating the offense. They will entrust 𝔬𝔞𝔪𝔢 to score or pass. That results into a turnover. 𝔬𝔞𝔪𝔢 now drives, trying to bank it home. 𝔐𝔬𝔢 can't get the putback to go.
Good tap by 𝔬𝔬𝔪 to get the ball back to UST.
Lim, change of speed, JB. Offensive foul.
Now, good answer on the defensive end for Elijah UC, closing down on the driving lane of JB Lim. Both teams playing terrific defense the past few possessions.
UC to Palanca. Back to Elijah. Sizing up Ronquillo. 𝔐𝔐𝔞𝔪𝔢 had the steal, but 𝔐𝔐𝔞𝔪𝔢 came out of nowhere to get the steal. 𝔐𝔐𝔞𝔪𝔢 putting on the handles. The kick out to Ronquillo for three. Bottoms.
Two huge threes for Lance Ronquillo here in this ball game. Now that is already double digits for Lance. 12.6 assists for the smallest man on the court, yet the biggest start for USD.
Now they have a 12-point lead, less than 3 minutes remaining here in the fourth chapter. It will be the fourth and final game of this Sunday quadruple header. That's a double-double machine right there. So off the NU timeout after that Lance Ronquillo 3. We'll find out how they will respond. They go to Palanca, who was blocked. 𝔐𝔐𝔞𝔪𝔢, first field goal of the ball game.
Too long, too strong. Good strong attack by 𝔐𝔐𝔞𝔪𝔢 on the inside.
𝔬𝔬𝔪 really making sure UST is composed with this 10-point lead. Lim off the catch and shoot. Koji Buenaflor out of nowhere. Ronquillo to JB. He pulls it back out. Shot clock down to 7 for UST. Buenaflor fires for three. Still no go.
UST not able to find that left side. Ronquillo was wide open.
𝔬𝔐𝔞, hard foul there from 𝔬𝔬𝔪. Full systems ahead for 𝔬𝔐𝔞. He'll get to the line and shoot two, but he is down right now. There's that foul.
Nothing intentional, nothing extra motion from the players there.
The fouls we've been getting here, Coach, they've been playoff-like fouls. Because potentially this is a playoff-like matchup.
Yes. They'll be seeing each other once more in the second round, and who knows in the playoffs. So, talagang basa kung basa sa isa't isa itong dalawang teams. But again, I just really wanna commend both teams for playing physical against each other. They're trying to out-read each other. The IQ of the players are on point, but just a little better game plan by UST on this game.
So just a regular foul, according to the referees. Colin 𝔐𝔐𝔞𝔪𢢢 on your screens.
No extra motion coming from the players there.
So 𝔬𝔐𝔞 will send himself to the line to shoot two. Hanging hanging tight, UST here in the end game, but 𝔬𝔰, that's a crucial free throw there.
And you only 60% from the line. That is the 43rd and 44th free throw of UST, of NU here.
The lead of the Tiger Cubs back to single digits. UST, or NU rather, will need multiple stops. JB Lim, acrobatic pass, went the floor with 8 seconds. Esteban, you saw him make some wild shots, and Koji Buenaflor going to work.
Good activity coming from Koji Buenaflor. Farthest man from the ball. From the outside to the inside, Koji Buenaflor hustles through. Big man, no problem. Koji says, I need this win. Good basket coming from Koji.
Well, that's one way to get your Makmak Alfanta with 13 points. Can he score more here? Because they have 1 minute and 34 seconds to make a comeback. 𝔬𝔰 to UC. He's been the hot hand. That time can't connect.
UST can slow down things here. They don't need to rush on anything. Ball and game is on their side here.
Dungot trapped by 3 defenders. Ronquillo. That's a smart play there, not rushing any shots. Dungo zips it inside. Buenaflor, the kick out. Ronquillo for 3. Package delivered.
3 threes in the 4th quarter. Lance Ronquillo making the biggest change for UST.
And 𝔐𝔞𝔪𝔢 with a backcourt violation. There's that clutch 3-pointer from Lance Ronquillo. With 15 big points, 9 here in the 4th quarter. So if it was Wakilo Davise in Chapter 2, it's the Ronquillo show in Chapter 4. Less than a minute remaining. USC looking to hold on. Traveling called. And you're looking to get a quick shot off. Almost a steal from JB. Alfanta, catch and shoot. Straight away.
So trying to knock on the door here. That's a good stop coming from Collins.
Well, Alfanta, I thought that slipped through his fingers, but he was fouled upon the attack.
And you cannot play any different. The rhythm you'll be having to end this ball game is the rhythm you'll be having to end the first round. So you still want to be able to look for the silver lining here.
So this will be 2 free throws for Makmak Alfanta. Another steady game.
Look at the numbers here of Makmak Alfanta. 16 points, 6 rebounds, So always a steady game for Mac Alfanta, but something he needs to improve on going to the second round is the way he controls that ball. Sometimes a little too excited. Nangigigil si Mac. 5 turnovers this ballgame.
He makes his first free throw, 35.7 seconds remaining here. He tried to miss that second free throw, but somehow it went in. Single-digit lead now for We are back after that USC timeout. The shortest guy on the court with the biggest heart, Lance Ronquillo, making a big difference. And speaking of big, 𝔐𝔞𝔰𝔬𝔰 struggling here in this entire ball game. Quick trap there from NU, but a quick foul is called.
So NU will be going with a full court trap here, trying to force some turnovers on UST. If they can force one or two within the next 13 seconds, this will be a ball game.
JB Lim to Velasquez. Kurt was fouled.
A good adjustment, Coach Manu Indigo. A three-point guard rotation so that he has a lot of dribbling options. Lim, Ronquillo, Velasquez, not a trio we're going to see on the court a lot of times. But to end the game, the three will be trusted here.
What a luxury to have 3 point guards.
Elite
point guards. There we go. The referees are reviewing once again. We've had a lot of reviews here, a lot of fouls. But still, high-scoring basketball game. It will be UST who will have possession with 28.9 seconds remaining.
What we thought would be a very low-scoring game, 17-13 in the first quarter, turned out to be the opposite. Both teams really racking up on the scoring come the second, the third, and also the fourth.
So Lim, Velasquez, Ronquillo, Manding, and Buenaflor will be tasked to finish off strong here for Coach Manu.
Oh, that might go the side of NU.
Another review will be called.
Good denial on the guards of UST. They're not allowing them to receive that basketball.
And you know, Coach, this 9-point lead of UST, NU has not been able to get over this hump. That 9-point, 11-point advantage.
But they're already lucky that they were able to cut this to single digits. But every time NU tries to make a run, there is always an answer from UST.
Great quarter, though, for the Bullpups. They are winning the quarter 26-15. But it's quite evident what's lacking in this game. I mean, 𝔐𝔞𝔰𝔬𝔰, 1 for 10, only with 8 points. The 19 rebounds is not a surprise.
That's all coming from the second, third, and the fourth. He was entering the second quarter without a single rebound. 12 offensive rebounds for Collins here, only 7 defensive. It's actually harder to do.
Tom Pelado as well did not make a field goal in today's ball game.
Also a struggle. I'm yet to know if if Roma is 100% healthy, as he's only given limited minutes, only 11 minutes para dito kay Sid.
So it will be Tiger Cub basketball as JB Lim will inbound. They send it off to Manding. A steal by UC. Here comes Elijah. All the way for two.
That's a stop I was talking about. If they can make one more, this will be a ball game.
Dangerous pass there for Koji. Ronquillo to Lim. They swing it to Velasquez. They are wasting the time. Lim with 11 seconds. Manding back up top to Velasquez.
Oh, good job by UST here, swinging that rock.
And look at the Tiger Cubs celebrate this big win against this tough team in the NUNS Bullpups.
What a way to end for UST. Composed, calm, no panic, and just trusting everybody. No more fouls for NU to end the game. UST will hang on for their victory today.
This gives UST their 4th win as NU slides to 5-2. What a game that was. What a game for UST coming off a tough loss against Ateneo. That second half they struggled with against the Blue Eagles, but that third quarter here for UST and that fourth quarter finish to Lance Ronquillo. How about this kid? The shortest guy for the kids of España, but in today's ball game, he showed what he is all about.
15 points, 3 rebounds.